forever alter our way of life. This image, from what many believe to be the lost book of Nostradamus, offers a look at how our destiny may hang in the balance.
In this drawing, Nostradamus is looking at the Book of Life, and there's writing on the pages. And underneath the Book of Life are three women, the three fates. The Greeks have a myth that the fates were three women who weave time and weave destiny. And what he's telling us is that we have a choice, and this choice will determine our fate.
The role of choice in human affairs is not limited to Nostradamus. It is a basic principle in many ancient cultures. For the Hopi Indians in the American Southwest, it is a central tenet of their faith. They believe that at every human juncture, there are two potential outcomes. One, where goodness trumps evil and life continues, and the other, where humanity faces destruction.
All of these traditions are pointing to our time in history, some in generalities, some in specifics, and they're all telling us that this is the time that they have been planning and anticipating, fearing, and preparing for a very long time.
The Hopi believe that just before the end of the world will be a period of intense trial, marked by devastating social, environmental, and political problems, as well as bouts of extreme weather. A time very much like now.
And the Hopi tradition talk about the four previous worlds. Each world, each great age ended with a cataclysm. And they say we're now moving into the fifth.
The Hopi look to the sages of their past for answers. They believe that the appearance of ancestor spirits, called kachinas, portend important events. The most dreaded of these kachinas is known as the Blue Star.
The Hopis speak of the appearance of the Blue Star spirit, which will herald the appearance of the cataclysm. And they refer to various effects that will occur, trembling of the earth and flood and so on.
The Blue Star has not been directly connected to the galactic alignment of 2012, but its origin in the heavens and its warning of impending doom give it possible relevance. Despite the warnings of disaster, Native Americans believe that a message of hope is encoded in a sacred monument found at the Hopi Reservation in Arizona.
There's actually a prophecy rock in a place called Oribe, Arizona, where they show humans represented living this time in history, where we walk a path and the path splits. And they say humans must choose one of two worlds. In one path, the humans are living a world where they show the crops are growing. Another world, the humans still exist, but not in touch with themselves or the world. The food isn't available, and it's a tough life.
Those etchings and rock drawings were a history of what had occurred during their time of existence, and also what may happen in the future.
Some of the Hopi elders say the Blue Star has already happened when the comet broke up and impacted Jupiter in the 1990s and ignited a glow in the atmosphere of Jupiter that under certain spectral conditions appeared as a blue mass in the heavens. Others say that the Blue Star has not happened yet, and that when the Blue Star appears in the sky, there is a new kind of kachina, or a new god, that will physically come and dance with them in their pueblos.
The Hopis predicted in their final warnings, those who cannot celebrate change and the coming of the new dispensation will drop dead from their own fear of that change.
The Hopi are clear about the burden the human race will bear in the coming time of catastrophe.
They say in this world age there will be 3 great shakings of the earth. And they interpret this to be the first shaking was World War I, the second shaking was World War II. The third shaking, they say, cannot be predicted because humans are determining how that shaking will occur by the way we live our lives right now.
Some believe that the third shaking indicates a cataclysm from above. And if so, this could be another tie to the coming galactic alignment. It is a theme that resonates in the writing of Nostradamus.
Nostradamus looked into the future, often horrified. There is definitely a cosmic disaster described.
Where all is good in sun and moon and abundant, its ruin approaches. It comes from the sky to sift through your fortunes in the same state as the 7th rock.
Nostradamus seems to describe some kind of a nuclear holocaust. And this does not necessarily mean to be like Hiroshima or Nagasaki. This can be something that suggests some kind of radiation leakage or whatever.
A small number of scientists who have compared the predictions of Nostradamus and the Hopi believe that they both could be describing characteristics of a galactic superwave, a blizzard of cosmic radiation that is thought to mimic the destructive capabilities of a nuclear explosion.
The question arises sometimes regarding precisely what this blue star of the Hopi may be. It could very possibly be the galactic superwave that some of the scientists are talking about. They have a great wave of energy that pulses through the universe and disrupts the magnetic fields of the Earth and causes changes in the atmosphere that are recorded in layers of ice.
The exact nature of this cosmic energy is difficult to determine, but its impact could be devastating. It is intriguing that the origin of superwaves is said to be the center of the galaxy, which plays a prominent part in the galactic alignment.
The troubling aspect of the superwave phenomenon is that these cosmic rays travel towards us from the galactic center at the speed of light. So there wouldn't be very much warning. One day everything's fine and suddenly, it's gone crazy. The superwave did come, let's hope it's just minor. Maybe it would just knock out the satellites. We wouldn't have cell phones or television. It could be quite an economic impact for quite a few years. But then we would recover. If it's something minor like that, we should be thankful. It could overload the power lines, so it would be like an EMP that they talk about for a nuclear event where somebody would detonate a nuclear bomb in the atmosphere and would cause blackouts all over the planet.
Is this the phenomenon that Nostradamus and the Hopi are describing? Or did they envision something even more perilous?
What would be the worst scenario, for example? We could point to what happened at the end of the Ice Age. The last superwave that wiped out 95% of the large animals from North America. And you hear stories that a large part of the human race was wiped out and only few survived. This was probably one of the most significant events to occur to the human race in our history.
If the blue star and a possible galactic superwave are two of the major cosmic events that some claim may coincide with the 2012 alignment,